we have had two different state election boards attacked in these new cyber attacks that they're saying have happened in two separate incidents. And this is prompting Jay Johnson, the Department of Homeland Security, to do what they are stating is a consideration of declaring the election a critical infrastructure, giving them the same control in terms of security that it has over Wall Street in the financial sector, as well as the electrical power grid. Now, this latest attack, they're saying, could speed up the effort to implement this. Once again, as the attacks continue, and you should know by now who's creating them, from the other side, they come in saying, oh, we've got to do more. We've got to have more control. We've got to have more power. And this is essentially a power grab by DHS and the alphabet gangs to have power and control over what they're going to say is critical infrastructure when it comes to the elections, and especially this 2016 election, and all the if and ands and buts that go along with it. What happens if someone falls ill? What happens if one of the candidates doesn't want to run all of a sudden, or something happens to them? You have to look at all the things that have happened here recently. We have seen the countries of Germany and Czechoslovakia warning their people to stockpile on food, water, and medicine. Like I just said, we've seen two state election boards hacked, working in their advantage. And also, we had Obama signing those executive orders on the 12th that demanded that people step up to fill the shoes of high-ranking people, the top dogs, in many different agencies if they were to mysteriously not show up for work because they were dead, missing, or any other circumstance. Seeing all this, it kind of is obvious that there's going to be another attack when it comes to the cyber world, when it comes to this election. And it seems like they're priming it right now. And if they're trying to take full control of everything, then if anything does happen, then you should know, they should know who did it, all that. But all too often, we see these events created just so they can come in and foil them and try to look like the good guys. It's no secret this system's rigged. And I'm also wondering if they're starting to make moves because there's a mass awakening. Maybe there's information floating around out here already from a hack that is yet to be dumped that exposes how fraudulent this whole voting system is through and through. And maybe they're trying to cover their tracks right now in case that is released, because I think it will be inevitable. It's going to happen. And then when people see that, they're going to be highly ticked off. And then DHS is going to try to clamp down. Now, they're trying to erase and censor all this information anyway. And, of course, when it comes down to these hacks, they want to point the finger at Russia. Russia, Vladimir Putin, all this stuff. That's not the case. It's coming from the alphabet gangs. It's the same old tactic. So the question has to be, is there a false flag event on the horizon? Not so much in terms of an active shooter or anything like that, but in terms of a massive cyber event. I think it's in the offing. I think it always has been part of their plans. I think they're tweaking things right now. And we all know this is a critical time. This election period, this transition, what could happen. We already know the plot and the plan of the Obama administration, the backing of Soros, the control of units like Black Lives Matter, their agenda, all of it. So it should be no surprise if something does happen. The question is are people prepared, and do you have a plan? I always say, you have to plan for a lights out situation, because it seems to me they are. Their motto is order out of chaos. You better realize it. It's exactly what they want, and that's what they achieve with this illusion of choice out here. I'll leave links. It's been Dabu7.